Hello, my name is Brad Palmer, and I am Chairman of the Legislative and Governmental Affairs Committee for the Clayton Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to welcome you to our ongoing series, Platforms at the Podium. In the preceding videos, you will view all the candidates for the local election for the town of Clayton, both incumbents and people seeking office. I encourage you to watch all the videos and make the most informed decision you can as you prepare to vote in these local elections. Again, thank you for taking your time to watch these videos, and it is part of an ongoing mission of the Clayton Chamber of Commerce to advocate, innovate, and collaborate. Thank you for your time.
Wow, this most recent term has been extremely full. I'm excited to be able to say that on a lot of different levels. I think one, starting with the celebration of Clayton's 100th birthday, that was a phenomenal community-wide experience for the town of Clayton. It was a historic time. And you know, in North Carolina, the weather changes in an instant. So we had tremendous downpour of rains the day before, trying to figure out what we were going to do with this celebration, to have it or not to have it. And our partners at Clayton High School stepped in and said, hey, you can use the campus and the facility, anything we can do to help. So the celebration was transferred down to Clayton High School, and there we had over 5,000 people come to celebrate Clayton's 150th birthday. That was amazing, and that really truly tells the story of Clayton, North Carolina. I think the other thing that's been extremely positive about this last term is the creation of the mayor's parking task force. Parking, a real issue, a real controversial subject for downtown especially. And you know, the town council, we have a goal to have an alive downtown. And really, in order to achieve that goal, we had to address parking and help developers and redevelopers that wanted to do something different, but the parking restraints were becoming harder to meet and more expensive to meet. And so we created the Mayor's Task Force. They have been a remarkable group that has joined in partnership with property owners to provide space for parking for downtown merchants after hours. They're super clearly defined, they're easy to locate, and that has been a huge accomplishment for downtown Clayton, and I'm very appreciative to those members of the Clayton Task Force. That's been phenomenal. We've had an opportunity to expand our public art and cultural arts. We have 3 new murals in downtown Clayton, and they're all completely different. The commonality is they all tell a story. So I encourage everybody to get on the Town of Clayton website and view those murals and learn the story behind each one. It's so important to who we are in Clayton. We've always been an arts community and culturally oriented community, and that's just a prime opportunity for us to showcase what Clayton's all about and tell our story. We've scaled up our sculpture trail around town. I love the sculpture trail. It was created by me to have something to do after you have dinner in Clayton, and so now you can walk up and down the main street several areas and enjoy some public art, some sculpture. We're very fortunate to have artists from all around the country featured here. We're always happy to have North Carolina artists featured here, but our program has grown and expanded, and we're happy to have the opportunity to feature everyone that would like to be a part of the sculpture trail in Clayton. We've re-energized the Clayton Center this last term. Super excited about that because the Clayton Center is the heart of Clayton, and it was created to be just that. So re-energizing one by changing all the mortar around the building. That's what's going on right now. If you ride by the Clayton Center, you're going to see all this scaffolding. The mortar in that building is 100 years old, so we're taking out the old and putting into the new so that it can continue to last far beyond all of us. The Clayton Center itself, under the direction of Stephen Langston, has been amazing. 2 weeks ago, I attended a concert there with the Collingsworth family, a sold-out performance. It's been a long time at the Clayton Center since we've had a sold-out performance like that. You know, and we are looking to see how we can fully utilize the Clayton Center with our community. So if you have suggestions or ideas that you'd like to see come to the Clayton Center, feel free to reach out to us. We're very open to the community suggestions. Hoping to see more diversity going on at the Clayton Center. Another huge accomplishment really on the business side of things was the Sam's Branch water reclamation facility. Now, 20 years ago, we called that a water sewer plant. Now we call it a water reclamation facility. And we should, because it has a price tag of over $250 million. And it is Clayton's largest, most single infrastructure investment in our history. But it will sustain Clayton for the next 25 years so that we're all insured to have great, safe drinking water and the ability to flush our toilets and wash our clothes and do all the good things that we enjoy doing on a daily basis. I'm very happy to announce that in this term, we have completed 2 of the 3 park and recreation bonds that the citizens approved. The 3rd one is going to get completed this year. So that has been a huge accomplishment for us in this last term. And another great partnership has been formed with Clayton High School this year. The town of Clayton invested $500,000 with the Johnson County schools to be able to enhance Clayton High School athletic facilities. And in doing so, we became a partner with them, so we have access to their facilities when we need them. When it works out that they don't have something going on, we can utilize that. Prime example was this past July 4th celebration and the fireworks over at Clayton High School. Easy and safe to get into and easy and safe to get out of. Still some things we need to tweak about that, but it's a great location and we're totally enjoying our partnership with Clayton High School. Clayton High School is a true foundation to the history of the town of Clayton. I think when I think about this year with the police department and fire department, public safety, we've been able to expand our department, creating new jobs for both police officers and fire department. It's been a huge accomplishment and a huge success that I can say now that the town of Clayton has SRO officers in every school in the town of Clayton. And we're very proud of that accomplishment. And I hope that for years and years and years to come, that still remains a priority for the town of Clayton to be in partnership to make sure that our schools and our kids are safe in schools. So I'm super excited that SROs are all in our school system. The Greenway Trail Unit, that's a new unit through the police department that's in charge of maintaining a safe environment for the Greenway trails, the walking trails. That is one of the most utilized park and recreation elements I think we have in the town of Clayton, and we have given them all the necessary resources that they need to monitor that and to make sure it's safe for everybody to be able to go out and enjoy. Most recently, a couple of weeks ago, the American Broadcast Company claimed Clayton as a boomtown USA, so we had a wonderful series, a wonderful article on that, really showcasing what Clayton is all about. Clayton's been hugely successful because of the people that we have here and the way that we tell our story about living in the town of Clayton and being a part of a phenomenal community. And also from a transportation perspective, and I'll go into that a little bit more in a minute, but really this whole extension of the Ranch Road from Highway 42 East, straight across to Ranch Road, straight across to the bypass, which will eventually be called the I-42, is going to be phenomenal to help alleviate some of the traffic flow on Highway 70 coming into and going out of Clayton. A lot of those vehicles coming into Clayton during those times where you're waiting 3 light cycles to get past Bojangles, that will be alleviated in a good way once that Ranch Road extension is all the way to the bypass, because that allows that traffic to stay on I-40 and zoom right to the exit and go right straight to 42 East. So it's going to be quicker, it's going to be safer, and it's going to be great for our community. There are a few key areas that we're going to focus on in this next term to help Clayton continue to be prosperous and progressive moving forward, and one is infrastructure. With the continued growth and development in the town of Clayton, transportation is always a huge topic, and it's a very sensitive topic. But having lived here all my life, I already know the stories of the roads in and around Clayton and Johnston County for that matter, and there's way more traffic on it than there was back in the day. But those roads are still the same width, and they can only accommodate as much traffic as they were originally created to accommodate. So my goal this upcoming term when it pertains to infrastructure is to work more closely with our North Carolina Department of Transportation and our representatives to the General Assembly to help them to understand what the true needs are in high growth areas like Clayton, North Carolina. You know, Clayton is the fastest growing town in the fastest growing county in the state of North Carolina. And probably, truth be known, Johnson County is one of the fastest growing counties on the eastern seaboard of the United States. So I really want to get some concentration on transportation and some focus on transportation and working out with NCDOT, the state of North Carolina, because they own those roads. It's not like we can go and do something on their roads. They have to be the ones to initiate and do this. So I'm going to increase our relationship and our communication with them because we know how important transportation on the road is to all of the citizens, not only the ones who live in the city limits, but those of us who live in the surrounding area as well. The second thing moving forward is going to be working with our relationship with Johnston County. Johnston County is our primary water supplier. Johnston County realizes the demand that Clayton has for water, and they're doing all that they can to figure out how to help us continue to grow, continue to support the growth in the western part of Johnston County. So we're going to be having some conversations and some negotiations with them about securing water for the future for the town of Clayton, for all of our citizens and our businesses and our industries. I think we're going to definitely be looking at the development of 2 new police stations and 2 new fire stations in the city limits of Clayton. And that will be both north of Highway 70 and south. So more towards the Riverwood community of Clayton, a fire and a police station out in that region, in addition to on the south side near the Johnston Health Hospital, a fire station and a police department on that area. So that's 2 huge, high demand development growth that we need to take place for the town of Clayton so we can really maintain those short call times for the fire department and make sure everybody is safe and everything is going well with our police department, having a greater focus and a greater presence out in those 2 regions. I think as the mayor, really, we have to focus also on maintaining our staff levels. The town of Clayton has the most remarkable town staff of anywhere that I know. And those people, our people, my people, the citizens' people, they're so hardworking. They love their job. They enjoy doing what they do. And we want to make sure that we maintain those staffing levels. I want to make sure that the town of Clayton is a very competitive municipality to come and work in, because that's how you get the best of the best to come and help with a small town with fast growth like Clayton, North Carolina. And let's not forget the economic development aspect of this. Years ago when I got started, economic development was a part of my platform. I felt like there was more than being the mayor than just 2 meetings a month and ribbon cuttings and shaking hands and kissing babies. We really need to market and brand and promote the town of Clayton. And we have done a great job at doing that. We now have our own economic developer for the town of Clayton to help us to recruit industries that provide great jobs and benefits and business and commercial development to help us have the resources that we need close by so we don't have to ride to Wake County or any other area to get what we're looking for. We can shop local and we can shop in Clayton. So those are the primary key areas that I want to see a focus on in this next 4 years. The main objective for the future for the town of Clayton is planning. Planning and more planning. Strategic planning. Figuring out our goal and our vision for the next 5 to 10 years. Financial planning. Making sure Clayton is set up for success for the next decade or more to be able to continue to offer the high level of service that we provide to our citizens. And again, reinvestment in our staff. Our staff is the #1 asset that the citizens of Clayton have working for them on the daily basis to make sure the lights come on, to make sure the toilets flush, to make sure you have access to cultural arts, to make sure you have a wonderful library that's well staffed and full of knowledge to help kids and adults as well to continue to grow and to learn. So those areas are going to be the ones of really most importance moving forward. It's really all about planning. And I think one thing that we learned through COVID this past term is that you can make a plan and then you can readjust your plan, and then you can make a plan and you can readjust your plan. So I want us to make sure that Town of Clayton has a strategic plan that can be achievable, that requires what we need and fulfills what we need, and is available to be modified as things continue to grow and change in our area. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Clayton Chamber of Commerce for the opportunity to be with you today and to create this video that really allows the citizens to see and hear from those candidates that are seeking office. It's been an honor for me to serve as the mayor of the town of Clayton for the last 20 years. When I started in this role, I had no idea it would ever be to the longevity that it is. I do believe in term limits. However, I do believe that it's so important to the town of Clayton's success that we have strong, caring, viable leadership that doesn't have its own agenda except for a citizen's agenda. And that's what we're going to be working for. That's what we've always been working for. And that's what we're going to continue to be working for. It's an honor for me to be and represent the town of Clayton on so many levels, whether it's federal, state, or local, to be at the table to make sure that Clayton, North Carolina is well represented by someone who can really be authentic and express the story and to really tell the story of the town of Clayton, and to help people to understand why we need what we need and why we're the best place in the world to live and to work and to raise a family. So thank you for this opportunity. I'm Jody McLeod. I'm running for mayor for the town of Clayton, and I would appreciate your vote.